Everybody, and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at some typefaces. We are going to be making what we call a font book, which is going to be a folder with a bunch of different screen caps of different typefaces that we find on Google Fonts that we want to use for our website. So the first thing that we're going to do before we start looking at different typefaces is we are going to make a few folders on our desktop. To do that, you're going to hold Control and click or right click on your desktop and click New Folder. We're going to click once in that folder and we're going to call this Font Book. And then we're going to hit Return on our keyboard. Let's go ahead and open up that font book, and it's going to look something like this. If it might look different, go ahead and click where it has this little waffle icon, and then just make sure that you have as icons selected. Once you're in here, go ahead and again hold Control or right click inside of here and click New Folder. We're going to call this one Serif, S-E-R-I-F, hit Return. We're going to make another folder and we're going to call that Sans Serif and hit Return. And then we're going to make another folder and we're going to call this one Display and then hit Return. So we're going to take 10 different screenshots of 10 different typefaces, each serif, sans serif, and display. So then that way we have 30 different typefaces that we know we like on Google Fonts to use for our website, and maybe some other things and other projects a little bit further down the line this year. Now, once we have those folders made, we can go ahead and open up the link that I have in the assignment page. It's going to take you to Google Fonts, and it's going to look something like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clear these out so I can show you kind of what it looks like when you get there. And when you get there, you're going to see that there are 1,587 different families of type, which is a lot. So if I scroll here, it is going to feel like it is endless because there is a great deal of type out there that you can use. Now, instead of going through and doing it like this, like a psychopath, what we're going to do is use some filters, okay? So let's go ahead and up here where it says filters, let's click once. And then in the preview where it says type something, let's go ahead and click in that box and let's type in your first and last name. So just like I had it before, Mr. Master, Mr. Malloy, there we go. And now when I click back into the page here, notice how we have my name written in all of these different typefaces here. Now, what we're going to do is filter these by the different categories of type. So we can go filters, and we're going to go down to where it says classification. Oh, sorry, not classification, decorative stroke. And we're going to start off by looking at our serifs. So we'll go ahead and just check your serif category. And now that we have serif selected, we can click over here, and now it's filtered it only by the serifs. Now, again, there's still a lot on here, but there's not as many as the just if you didn't filter it. And as you go through here, I want you to look for typefaces that you think fit the vibe of your name. So, for example, if I like this Bodoni version here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a select screenshot of just where it says Bodoni Moda and the all this information as well as the example of my name written out in Bodoni Moda. So I'm going to hit Command-Shift-4. I'm going to take a screenshot of just that one section there, and I'm going to drag this right into my serif folder. And what I'm going to do is do that 10 more times in the serifs with 10 different typefaces that I like. Now, be sure you're going through the whole list. I know that there's a lot. If you end up taking more than 10 screenshots, that's fine too. It's going to be way easier to narrow down than to have to go back and find more. Okay. Now, once you've done your 10 serifs, you're going to go back to filters. You're then going to go down to and select where it says sans serif. And then now notice how we all have sans serifs filtered. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go through and find 10 sans serifs that I like. So if I like this texture, what I'm going to do is, again, Command-Shift-4. I'm going to click, hold, and drag just that one little section with the sample and the name. Let go, and I'll drag that screenshot right into my sans serif folder. And then you guessed it, we're going to go back to filters. And then this time we're going to actually uncheck where it says sans serif. And then we're going to now go ahead and filter by display. Now that we filter by display, we're going to have more results. However, it's going to show you both the display version of your serif and sans serifs. Now, some of these are really wild and absolutely crazy. Be sure you're being mindful about what these types of display fonts might say about you, because some of them are really weird and some of them are really goofy and some of them feel kind of childish. So really be mindful for what that's saying about you, because it is your name spelled out in those characters or those types of letters. Okay. And again, you're going to take 10 screenshots of this, Command Shift 4, click, hold, drag, grab the one that you like, and then you're going to drag that right into the display section. Okay. Now, once you've gotten 10 of each, what you're going to do is take a screen capture of the 3 folders in your font book. So again, Command Shift 4, and you're going to take a screenshot of inside of that folder. Then you're going to open up each folder, and then you're going to do a select screenshot again, Command Shift 4, of everything inside of your serif folder. Be sure that you have that serif name in there as well. And then you'll repeat that exact same thing for sans, serif, and display. And then you can submit those 3 screen captures in for your font book.